had a great harvest of these Hachiya persimmons this year. And these persimmons make an excellent dried fruit. And we've made a lot of it this year. It's chewy and very sweet and very delicious. So I thought I'd show you, since these are the last ones I'm doing. I had a whole tree full and we've put them up, and I thought I'd better show you how that's done. There are very few people in this country that get to enjoy the sweetness of these fruits, because most people don't have these trees and they don't know how to properly dehydrate them to get this maximum flavor. So I'm going to show you how. The Hachiya persimmon has to be so totally ripe that it feels like it's like a water balloon, and you can just squish it between your fingers. Now here's one, and it's getting soft, but it's not that squishy, so we're not going to try to dehydrate this. But I've got a bunch of these that are just ready to if I drop this on the floor, it would splat. So you want to wash these. Okay, get them rinsed off. And when you get them all rinsed off, then I'll show you what to do with these guys next. But boy, they feel squishy. The Hachiya persimmon, by the way, is kind of like an acorn shape. And unlike the Fuyu Japanese persimmon, this one is astringent. If you don't wait until it gets so really soft that it feels like it's going to drop on the floor and explode, then it will have an astringency to it, and it'll make you pucker, and you won't want to eat these ever again. Okay, so they have to be totally squishable, just ready to bust open on the floor, as I say. Okay, that's how they have to be to get the great sweetness out of them. You're going to need a really sharp knife and a cutting board. The first thing I do is I take a persimmon and I'll cut out the core at the top. Drop that out of there. Then I'll cut off the very first top to get most of the skin off. Now I start, and I try to make it about 1/4 of an inch thick. I don't know if you can see that right there. Then I simply place it where I need it to go. And I'll start with the next one, and I'll do another 1/4 of an inch. As I get toward the end, and there's not much left, I don't like to have a lot of skin on the fruit. So this will be the last cut I make. So we have a lot of fruit and not so much skin. Here we have a lot of skin. If you want, you can eat it. But when I try to dry it, the skin takes away from the flavor a little bit, although the skin tastes great now. You'd think that you'd want to save this, and you can if you want. I just choose after a while to not have so much skin with the cut. I want it to be mostly that inner fruit. That's where the sweetness is coming from. Nothing wrong with the skins. You can eat those. But I find that it's really, the sweeter you can get that fruit when it's dehydrated, the better. If you ever come to a place where it looks like it might need to be cut out, there might be a spot there that needs to be cut out, get rid of those spots. There's nothing to get rid of them. And I tell you, I really enjoy this fruit. Look forward to this every year, but just have figured out Just have figured out how to get really sweet fruit from the Hachiya persimmon by dehydrating them. That is so amazingly sweet. It's just wonderful to eat these fruits. So I planted these trees, I don't know, a number of years ago, and I just have learned to really love the Japanese persimmon fruit. And I could eat that too, but kind of in a hurry, so I'll just go on, make my cuts, continue filling up this tray. Don't have to be perfect with this. Make it fit on there. But boy, this stuff is good. I've had my children, sons and daughter come just this past weekend, and they love this stuff. And I can see why. This stuff is so tasty. Now, the Fuyu persimmon, and I've got some here, let me see. Yeah, here's a Fuyu persimmon. It's more squat shaped, and when it turns orange, you can eat it, but it's hard. It's firm right now. It'll get softer as time goes on, but you can eat it when it turns orange. It's not astringent, and it's a delicious fruit, and I love to eat these fresh off the tree, or just let them sit around for a while. They'll get juicier and juicier, and they'll get so soft you can eat them with a spoon. They'll get soft just like these, but these are non-astringent. You can eat them when they turn orange, and I love them. But for fruit, dried fruit, I'll tell you, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat this Hachiya. It is so good. Well, where did I learn how to do this stuff? I don't know. I ate one of these from Walmart one time. It was a Fuyu persimmon, and I thought, well, that didn't taste too bad, and they kind of grew on me. I think I was paying $1 a piece at the time, and and then I ran across somebody in our neighborhood that grows these, and I didn't know you could grow them. And once I found that out, I went to Stark Nursery, I believe it was, and I ordered one of these bare-rooted trees. It came very early in the, well, it was late in the winter. Spring hadn't gotten here, and they arrived, and I planted them, bare-rooted, and I had some pretty good luck. And if you go on YouTube, you can see some of my videos where I talk about these Fuyu persimmon fruits. And later I got into the Hachiya persimmons and the astringent kind, this right here, but they taste they're so sweet. These are actually sweeter than the Fuyu. And I just love them. They taste so good. It's just amazing. Amazing. If people knew when to eat these and how to get these, so you just can't get these things. I mean, some of our friends who know we grow these and love to eat these every year, we'll give some of these away. Okay, we've given quite a few away, but it's just amazing once they find out what they're like and how they taste. And never having tasted these before, they just fall in love with the taste of these fruits. So how long does it take if you get a 4 or 5 foot bare-rooted fruit from the nursery? When you plant it, they're really slow growing at first. They don't even seem like they seem like they're dead for quite a while. They're kind of late in the summer before they really start showing life when you get them bare-fruited. And some of them don't survive, but those that do can make some pretty good fruit for you. Here I'm in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Boy, they're good. Spartanburg, South Carolina. This is November. I think this is about the 18th of November right now. And all of our fruit, Fuyu and Hachiya, I picked them already, right off the tree. There's no more left. And we had our first freeze a couple days ago. I like to get them before the freeze comes. But, I mean, if people wanted to get these and wanted to try them just dehydrated, where would they get them? Unless you know somebody, not likely you're going to be able to eat these or even taste them to know how delicious they really are. And that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Sometimes they get so soft. Look at that. They're so soft. It's like they're ready to explode. Well, I'll just clean that up later. But that's the way you want them to get the maximum sweetness out of these guys. If you were here, you could ask me lots of questions. You're not. And unfortunately, you may not ever be able to taste one of these fresh like this or dehydrated like I'm making. But I can tell you this, a lot of people, my friends who've tried these, they really like them. I don't think everybody's going to like them the way I do or the way my friends do, but you just don't know. By the way, for the dehydrator, you know, at the sewing store, you can get these mats. Some kind of crochet, or I don't know what that is, because Vicky gets these at the sewing store, but you can make your own little mats, and then all you have to do is bend them to make the fruit peel off once they're dried, and helps a lot. Okay, so I'm all done. I've got about 5 trays of these wonderful persimmon slices ready to go. In our particular dehydrator, I'll set it for 11 hours. I don't know if you can see that on there. 11 hours, and also I need to set it for 135 degrees Fahrenheit at 11 hours. And I'll come and check it, you know, about the end of that time, and I might need more time. But now we're ready to go. If you use parchment paper, you can also make these fruit roll-ups, and they taste pretty good. Let's see, can you see this? Yeah, here you go, the parchment paper making fruit roll-ups. My wife did that. You know, to preserve these for a while, you're probably gonna have to seal these up and get all the oxygen out of there. And they have those machines that will take all the oxygen out, put them in special plastic bags, and they will last much longer. Of course, when you do that, it's going to squeeze these together, and there'll be one solid persimmon, I guess. But I've just got these in plastic bags, Ziplocs, quart size Ziplocs, and we're probably going to eat these relatively soon. And but they are delicious, and I hope that you have the opportunity to make some. I know that most people out there will never have the opportunity to enjoy these persimmons the way we do here. You just need to go out and get a tree and start growing these things, and then you can try them for yourself and see how well you like them.